Pick Your Poison Radio with DJ Five Venoms
on HipHop Nation.
What's good, it's Five Venoms? You're tuning in to Pick Your Poison Radio. What's good, it's DJ Five Venoms? You're tuning in to Pick Your Poison Radio right here on SiriusXM HipHop Nation. I got a special guest. What's good,
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Klass Money, representing the city, representing the Caribbean, representing the world. We here.
Yes, sir. I've been running your record. Here we go.
Yeah.
For a few weeks now, man. It's a very specific record.
Right.
Has a very Miami sound. If you don't know what Miami music sounds like, go listen to Here We Go, Klass Money, because that's what it sounds like. Speaking of the sound, like that juke music, that dance music, it gives me like a current vibe. You want to speak on that? Like
So like, you know what I'm saying? If you know the Miami sound, you know, that's like the biggest type of sound in the city, that juke music that really took over the city, right? And honestly, like, I felt like, you know, being like me, I'm just a fan of hip hop first, you know, and I grew up listening to, like, you know, like the Nas, the Jay-Z's and stuff like that. So in my earlier stages of my career, I always made more of that type of sound.
Okay.
And I kind of felt like, you know, like, this is like, as an artist, as you evolve, you kind of learn. And one thing I learned is that you really need to cater to your city and your demographic of where you at. I think that's important if you're trying to be popular in the city that you're from. So you could be like a really dope artist, and we got tons of dope artists, and they might sound like a California artist, they might sound like a New York artist, they might sound like an Atlanta artist, and they might be really dope, but being that it doesn't cater to what the people or the culture of the city, I don't feel like they resonate with that sound, so they get overlooked a lot of times. And then you have these artists that are actually making music for the city and the culture, and they're taking off, or they're more popular in the city because they're catering to the people here. And sometimes we don't have the resources to go that abroad or that far or that reach when you're starting off. So even if you might be so dope, if you're not making music for where you're at, then you don't really get booked as much, because that's where you're at, right?
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I've been blessed. I've been, you know, had different label situations. I've been, you know, blessed to go in different cities and states to perform. But still, I used to feel like, damn, how comes I'm not as booked here as I want to be?
Okay.
You know, and I felt like, and I figured out, I think this is why. And that's why in the last couple of years, I started making music more to cater to the crib and cater to the people of the city. So first I had the Up Down record with Mike Smith. That was a smash. That went crazy.
Shout out to Mike.
Yeah, shout out to Mike, dope artist. And then I came back with Here I Go, which is a solo record. And it's actually the sound, and was produced by Fuego Jit. And he makes a lot of that sound. And I had to search, like, who's making these sounds? Because I feel like even right now, a lot of producers here aren't making that type of sound. So I got with Fuego because he has that Miami feel. And I made that record actually for the city, but also put it like more of like a hip hop feel into it. Because the verses is like straight rapping, but the beat is like really like juke, you know?
Very much juke. When I first heard it just gave me that vibe. Because like
yeah, that's the city. Yeah,
you know,
and then no other city or state has that sound but us.
Nah. Definitely not.
And I feel like we need to take that national. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, definitely. There's been I know back in the day there was like a push. I remember I believe it was Lil Jon had came to Tampa, and like the juke music super heavy there too.
Definitely.
And they were talking about how regional it is. Right. In a sense, like you were saying, like it definitely appeals to Florida, to the certain cities in Florida, and that like it could be a national sound if pushed out, if spread.
Definitely, I believe that.
If people push,
because it's like it's really like it's club music.
Yes,
it's dance music. It make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Gets the club going, and even in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I feel like our club music needs to be stronger. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of hip hop and music. You know what I'm saying? But like that's why I feel like Afro beats are winning and
Definitely.
different Caribbean sounds are winning. Because if you look at their shows, people are jumping up and down, going crazy. You know, and it's like, you know, hip hop has always been more like head bobbing, and then, you know, we're evolving, you know, and you got the autotunes sounds and stuff that are popular, and it's evolving. And I want to, my aim right now is to make music to make people dance. You know, so I make a lot of club records. I'm making a lot of like Caribbean mixed records because I want to make people dance. I want to have that energy when I'm performing from the crowd. I want to see that reaction. Can I curse on here?
Yeah.
No? Yeah, I want niggas to go grab their girls and get behind their girls and dance. I want to see people hands up. You know what I'm saying? I want to see this shit crunked and turned up.
It's definitely giving me that vibe. I was listening to a couple other of your songs, and it had like even like the carnival, like the soca vibe.
Right. I'm trying to switch it up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do something I feel like that's never been done. That's my goal right now. You know, so right now I'm even mixing like on my sound, like it's like a hip hop Caribbean thing that I'm trying to work on, bro. And you know, like I feel like I'm rolling the dice, but I feel like it's different, and I feel like the only thing that really blows up is something unique and different. And you got to take a chance. You know, ain't nobody gonna give you a chance. You got to take a chance, and that's where we at with it.
No, there's definitely a fan base nationally and internationally because of that sound. It spreads like it's a like. And I love the idea of being like a club DJ, that having records that can bring that energy that aren't just that,
right?
Like, you know, it's a crossover, and I definitely think you're on the right path. Even if it's a niche, I think it's a dope niche,
right.
Like,
because even as a DJ, right? If an artist brings you a new record, nobody knows. The only thing you could lean on is that beat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When you play that record, you need something that people, even if they don't know the words, the music, the instruments, the bass is gonna hit to a certain point where people gonna be like, hold up, I could move to this.
Yes.
Even if they don't know the song, now they could move to it. And as a DJ, now it makes your job easier to break a brand new record, because when you're DJing, you're also looking at the reaction of the crowd, and the worst thing you want to see is people like starting to turn away, or you start hearing the people talking.
Right? Nah, I've been there a couple times where you're just like, all right, they ain't paying attention to the music, they kind of bored, they talking them up. All right, let me get this.
So, you know, and you know the crazy shit about it, bro, I started doing these records, right? And I did a record with shout out to Rio, DJ Taffy. I did my first time experimenting with that sound. I did the record, DJ Taffy produced it. I got Rio, he's like a really popular artist in the Caribbean. He's from Dominica. He tours a lot. And I did this, when I did the record, bro, within weeks, this record had thousands of streams on Spotify and got added organically to thousands of playlists. And I'm sitting back like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, this shit is moving, and this shit is moving fast.
Because you're in a space that a lot of people kind of, I want to say they ignore it because it's a very, very big space, but usually hip-hop artists are ignoring it. Right? You're in it or you're not, and you're coming from an outside lane. Like, yo, I really like this style of music. Let me see if I can incorporate it into the
like bring it together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And actually, that's why that type of sound too that's blowing up. It's not soca. It's called bouillon, and it's like it means like, it's like bouillon is really like a soup, which is like a mixture of things. So it kind of fits the concept of what I'm doing, because I'm trying to mix a sound together. I'm trying to join that with hip hop. And I dropped another record, which is the what's the name of the song? The Throw That. Throw That is the new record that I just recently dropped, right? And I did it with a producer called Smoke Killer, and it goes along that same genre, that same type of sound, and same results, bro. I just released this record like a month ago. The record has over like 30,000 streams. The record got added to over 500 playlists, and it's only been out for like a couple weeks. I released this record in February. So yeah, so it's like a month old. The record is growing so fast. So I'm sitting back like, like, yo, I need to keep doing this, because I'm tapping into a new fan base. And also I'm kind of giving my old fan base a new sound for them to enjoy, and it's different, and people are liking it, and I see it moving, And I'm still doing the regular Miami and the regular hip hop records at the same time. I'm not shying away from my goals and other things that I want to do, but this is a new sound that I'm gonna incorporate. Like, honestly, I'm working on a project, and I'm gonna put out a separate project where it's all that carnival type feel. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping to tap into that market. I'm hoping to get on their lineups. That's my goal right now. You know what I'm saying? Versus, and still do my lineups and still do my regular clubs and my regular shows, and still bring my element to hip hop and Miami and everything else that I've been doing. But I also want to hit that international market, because, like I said, right now I'm also working with a PR company in France. I'm getting the music out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to expand, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to take it like international wise. That's my goal right now. You feel me?
And I think you're doing a really good job. As an international DJ, the different sounds work in different places.
Right.
And when I look at some of like the festivals and the plays that are going on in Africa and France and Europe in general, even in Asia, those type of crossovers really break through, and it makes it easier to walk into certain rooms if you're not just this or that. Like, I could come in and do that. So and just like as a DJ internationally, when I'm doing some of the clubs over there, I'm playing like the Afro beats or Amapiano or soca, because the audience is so broad that everyone listens to a lot of different things, and they come from different places. So you being able to go into a room, be like, I got something for this, or I got something for that, and be able to appeal to a crowd, I think is a plus. I think a lot of artists overlook that element, especially if they're traveling or they're trying to get into places, and sometimes you see like a lot of artists are trying to do what they see other people doing and not trying to break barriers. And the ones that break barriers, and
authenticity is a big deal, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be unique, and you gotta you wanna have a strong mind when it comes to being a creator, and go into stuff with confidence, and you know what I'm saying, basically, like, when you starting something new, it always takes that. You got to have balls, bro. You got to have heart. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody at first going to be like, nah, I don't know about this. Bro, back in like 2009, I had a song called Make It to the Top, which was all auto-tune, right?
Okay.
And this is when everybody was against it.
Yeah.
Right. And I did the record. I loved it, right? I'm like, yo, this is so dope.
The auto-tune, all that's
right. And everybody's like, nah, nobody's going to listen to it because it's auto-tune. And we fast forward 10 years later, and 50% of the music, or bro, I'd say 80%, right? 80% of the new artists, that's all they're doing. And that's the thing. I was like, damn, you know what? I believed in this back then if I had stuck to it. But sometimes you get distracted and you let people kind of like get in your head and say, nah, this ain't it. But honestly, when it comes to this music shit, bro, nobody knows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And shout out to Sexy Red and all the other dope artists, but when they first come on, everybody's shying away from them, saying, nah, that ain't it. And a year later, everybody loves this artist.
And it's the stuff that gets the attention now that we're seeing too. Yeah. There's so much, and how do you cut through?
Right.
And you can't cut through being the same as the next person. You got to cut through by being different than everybody else.
You know what I'm saying? And you just got to stick with it. So that's my goal right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Here I Go. That's our priority, you know what I'm saying, pushing right now. Here I Go is the main single, and then I got the Throw That record that I'm trying to push to like a different market, you know what I'm saying. I'm still out here testing it. They played in a strip club, and
it works though. It's a dope record,
and I see people getting turned up, because you know what I noticed, especially down here in Miami, it's a huge Caribbean culture,
very much so.
So they play this record, and I'm looking, when I, like, I study this shit. So when I'm in the club and they're playing the record, I'm kind of looking to see how people react to let me know, okay, if I got something or not. And I could tell, I'm like, oh, they're from the Caribbean. They're from the Caribbean. Or their parents. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us our parents are from the Caribbean. So we are still raised around that type of music. So we're going to connect when it comes on and be like, oh, okay. And like you go to Carnival here, you see how crazy it is. So it's tons of people coming out, going
from
crazy.
Everywhere.
Right. So, You know what I'm saying? Ever since I started experimenting with that sound, I'm seeing the difference, and I'm reaching a whole different market, and I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna stick to it. And I've been doing collabs. Like I got this other collab with this dope artist called Guada G that we're working on right now. And also, bro, you know what I'm noticing? Working with these artists, they're so humble and real. Honestly, and I've worked with a lot of artists, and I'm having almost a better experience, if I got to keep it 100, with these artists that I have no relationships with. And I reach out to them, and it's like how we communicate and everything is so much love, and it's so much easier. I've done records with artists here. I'd have like a hit record with an artist here, and he'll be in the club, and he won't even stand up when I'm doing the record. And he's in the club, and he's on the record, and and he's not even moving.
I know
he's not even acknowledging. And bro, it'll be a hot record. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a really good song, and he'll sit back and stay in the cut. And I do a lot of features, right? So sometimes you gotta understand, when you write a lot, honestly, even with me, even my personal records, I don't know these songs because I'm going from next song to next song. It's like we're fans of ourselves, but when you're a writer and a creator, you're creating so much that if I got to do a show, I got to still go back and practice and listen to that record, because I'm constantly working on new songs. So I might not, like right now, here I go. I done heard it a million times. When it's time for me to do a show, I'm going to go listen and practice this record, because I wanted to roll off my tongue and fresh in my mind, because I've been working on other songs. And like me, my creating process, I'll sit down on a record in the studio for like 10 to 20 hours, just playing with flows, coming up with different ideas. So I'm distracted from my own music. You know what I'm saying? My new music is in my head. So as an artist, sometimes when you do a feature, you got to understand that artist might not know that verse, because he's not listening to that song. He's working on new songs. So I get it, and I understand, okay, you might not know that verse, but if you're in the building, and I'm the same way, and I try to treat people how I want to be treated. If I get paid for a feature, you know what I'm saying, or if I featured on a record, stand up and show respect. Stand up and let the people know, I'm on this. Yeah. This is my nigga right here. This is my dog. He's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I fuck with him. I'm on this record. This our record. You know what I'm saying? And rep it. When you sit in the cut and you act like you don't care, then people are looking like, hold up.
You're going to take that song as,
he don't like the song? Oh, they're not that cool. And then people are reading that, and you're killing the song. And a lot of times, dog, when you work with these people in the industry, I'm going to just keep it 100. I'm going to keep it a buck. It almost feels like these niggas don't want the song to blow up because it's not their song. And that is really the truth of this game. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I got a lot of solo records at the same time, because sometimes you could have a hit song with different people. And a lot of people naturally, I feel like human beings are selfish and envious, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes some people can't help it. Like, you could have a best friend, bro, and you win the lotto. He might feel some type of way, versus him being like, damn, my dog won the lotto.
Yeah.
You my nigga won. Yo, they're like, fuck, he won the lotto? Why didn't I win the lotto?
It's the way, like, everybody wants.
It's life.
I was thinking about a similar thing earlier today about just like with social media, right? We see what people have, and we see and it creates kind of like an envious thing. And it's like, I feel like a lot of times we should be in a mindset of like happy for what people have.
Right.
We should be worried about what we're going for and our goals. Like, let that be inspiration for you to go get your own stuff and figure out. Because like I could be like, yo, I want to be in this specific club. I want to DJ at Live, or I want to DJ at that. But it's like the homies are there, so it's like, yo, if my homies are there, that means I can get there or a similar situation.
Now, in fact, and that's how I look at it. Like, I remember at one point in my life when I didn't have as much as I acquired today, right? And I used to have homeboys. They got these big houses. They got a pool. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be like, I used to come around and be like, yo, I'm happy that I'm affiliated with this, and I know one day I'm gonna have this if I keep hanging around these people.
Learn and you figure it. Yeah.
And eventually, you know what I'm saying, I got to the point where even like some of these folks I've surpassed, right? And you know what I'm saying? It's just being around people like that, and being around successful people, you're supposed to learn from them, not get envious or jealous, but inspired, like you say. It should be inspirational. It should be teamwork. You get to ask questions. Yo, how you did this? What are you doing? Yo, and they'll help you out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the mentality versus some people. I think it's just a hood mentality because we come from nothing that people get kind of like scared and intimidated. You know, it's the opposite. Because honestly, like, I got like some of my homies, they rap. Some of my closest homies, like I'm in the industry, so my closest homies are artists and producers, right? And yo, like a lot of times I tell them, yo, I don't have to be Michael Jordan, you know? Like I could be Scottie Pippen, I could be Dennis Rodman, you know what I'm saying? As long as I'm on the winning team, I'll be happy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to be like Jordan all the time, and you know what I'm saying? Even like it wouldn't be no Jordan without Scottie Pippen. It's a team thing. It's always a team thing at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Of course, everybody's responsible for how hard they go and how much you probably practice behind closed doors. It makes you a better artist or team player, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how much work you put into it. But you can't do it by yourself. You need a team. And you know what I'm saying? And everybody coming together is what's going to make stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? So people got to understand that everybody plays a role. And everybody's going to eat. And at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want, you know what I'm saying? You just want to eat, bro. You just want to live good. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, you could have somebody with $1 billion and you got somebody with $1 million. And the one with $1 million is a happier person.
That the money,
the money and everything.
These combos too, just like the money ain't making you happy. You know? It's how you would.
Some of these dudes are in certain rooms and you don't know what they're sacrificing or dealing with. Yo, I've been on labels, bro. I've seen label owners shit on artists. Yeah, I've been signing to labels. You know what I'm saying? I've seen how these label owners treat artists. When you don't got shit, I used to be on one label where when the artist was kind of chilling in the front room, the CEO comes out like, what the fuck is you doing? Get back in the fucking studio. Don't leave until you make a fucking song. And you would never guess that's how niggas get treated. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. They work like you signed to that label. Right. They give you that bread. You a worker. Like.
But you know, it's also about self-respect. It's also about bringing something to the table. Because when you bring something to the table and respect is involved, people aren't gonna talk to you like that. It's like almost being with a girl where, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not justifying that's what I do, but it's like being with a girl where you do everything for her. Some people might take advantage of that. And really, you know, a woman brings a lot of peace to a man's life. So
facts.
Still bringing a lot to the table. But some people might take advantage of the fact, well, I'm paying all the bills, or I'm doing this. I got all the money. You ain't got nothing. So I get to tell you what to do, when to do it, and I get to talk down on you or treat you a certain way. And label CEOs are doing the same thing to the artists. When they find an artist he's talented, but he doesn't have any money yet, it's like, yo, you do what I sell, get the fuck out.
It's a leverage over people.
And
you saw them that dream.
Right.
And they seen it, but they don't know, like you said, what you're sacrificing to get there, what you're going through to get there.
And sometimes these people aren't happy.
Deal with. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people are at the top, but because of their situation, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? So like with me, you know, peace of mind is everything. You know what I'm saying? And being able to look myself in the mirror is everything. You know what I'm saying? I got kids. I got 3 boys. So I want to be an example for them, and I want to be a real man. I want to be a man of my word. I want to be able to stand on business. I want to be able to show, yo, you got to work hard to get what you want in life, and be a good example and show that I'm respected in my community. And I want to keep that image for my sons because I want them to walk in the same light. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got to do out here. We got to be role models for the younger ones so they know how to move and operate as they get older in life. You know what I'm saying? And that's the goal, bro. That's the goal, just being inspirational and, you know, just trying to get people on the right track and being a good, like, figure for the community at the same time of doing this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I kind of changed a lot of shit, bro. Like how I roll, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I don't be in public trying to look all crazy. I try to be a good image, honestly, bro. You know what I'm saying? I try to set a good example as much as I can. Like no one's perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I try to be aware of how I'm moving because I know a lot of people look up to me and they're looking at me, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. So I want to be a good example to people too, you know what I'm saying? Bring something different, you know? Because like coming from where we come from, bro, it's a lot of broken families and everything.
Very lot.
And we got to kind of try to fix it if it's possible, you know what I'm saying? And be, show more unity within the community.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The being from Miami, and you're talking about that community too, like what a lot of people come to Miami, like right now we're in the middle of spring break, right?
Yeah. And this is my favorite time of the year too.
Yeah,
I love it. I love high energy. I love big crowds.
So a lot of people have a image in their mind of what Miami is.
Right.
And the it's South Beach, it's the
even
the restaurants,
right.
It's this. Can you talk about like what your version of the real Miami is compared to like what they market to the outside?
Right. Okay. So so crazy. Like I was raised in North Miami, right? And bro, I didn't go to grad night. I never went when me and my homeboys. I never went to like a carnival. You know what I'm saying? We never really went to like the movies. Like Miami got so many different like hoods.
Yeah.
You got North Miami, you got Little Haiti, you got Norland, you got Opelika, you got Carol City, right? And this is outside of the beach and everything. Bro, like every day we got up, chilled on the block. You know what I'm saying? Bro, we didn't see nothing all day but junkies, and we run to the store, grab a Subway, go to Wendy's, get a 444 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Come back to the block, you drink, you smoke with your homeboys. It's a real like you're not seeing this palm tree pretty world. You know what I'm saying? Versus when a tourist comes here, it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? You're like ducking from police all day on the block. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And like I think it was Fat Joe, right? He was in an interview. He was like, man, Miami can't be, I don't want to, I'm not quoting what he said because it was a long time ago, but he was like, coming from New York to here, he's like, yo, this shit is so pretty. He can't really see being kind of street,
It's hard. I remember I moved here, and I moved to Orlando, and it's like a similar thing where like when you go in the hoods, it's New York is, you could tell you in the hood.
Right,
in comparison to like,
it's kind of, New York is more like gloomy.
Yeah, here it's like
sunshine.
It's sunshine. There's grass, and you go to the hood and it looks like almost like a suburban.
Right.
But
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's the same shit. There's a lot of crazy shit going on. Like, and it's also what you invite into your world, right? Because I used to always say this shit. We on the same block, right? We in the hood. We on the block. It's a family staying right here, and they're like, man, this is beautiful, right? But they're not living a certain life. You got the house next to that house or two houses down. They're selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's strapped. Niggas are getting robbed. Niggas are getting shot. I got a lot of homeboys that got shot. I got homeboys that got killed growing up. It's like you got to make it. I got a lot of homeboys in the feds. I got homeboys doing time in jail. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you could have somebody staying on that same block because they're minding their business and going to work, coming home. They don't even know what's going on until they see the fucking yellow tape and somebody got killed, and they're like, oh shit. And they get on the news like, man, it's usually quiet around here. No, it's not. You don't be here. You be inside. You're inside your house. You leave, you go to work, you come back. You're not really paying attention that much, but bro, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of times, this was a real like, Miami was big on selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats out here, they grew up, that's all they knew. You know what I'm saying? Like here it was like, niggas is selling dope. That's what niggas do down here. And now it's evolving to a lot of, I feel like that era is still here, but now with the new kids, technology has changed. So now
definitely has.
They're on some like scammer shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like a new kind of how niggas is hustling out here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like as a tourist, it's like when you go to the city, you're trying to go to the nicest hotels, you're trying to go to the nicest restaurants, so you don't really get to see what's really going on in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it looks good, and I would recommend you not to go to the hood. You know what I'm saying? Or not to play with niggas and think shit is sweet, because we got palm trees and the sun is shining. It's a beautiful city. Like, yo, this is like the best place to live in the world. In America, as far as America goes, yo, I always say this: I don't think there's anywhere better to live than South Florida.
The opportunities are crazy.
And the quality of life. You know what I'm saying?
Really is.
It's really like, yo, it's winter and you could go to the beach. It never stops. The nightlife is great. It's not a lot of, like, New York has a great nightlife. You got LA with a great nightlife, but it might get fucking cold as shit. Like here, we rarely get cold, bro. February and January are probably the coldest month, and it's off and on. It could still be 80 degrees in January. You know what I'm saying?
You know what the other part for me living in Miami is just the people. Like I'll go to like to LA, I'll go to New York, but like there's some very genuine people.
People here, yeah, like, I love
especially like the born and raised people, because there's a lot of transplants here that that present as Miami, but like the people that I've met that have been born and raised here, there's like a culture. I think a lot of it spawns from the Caribbean culture as well. But it's just a lot of genuine people that are just grinding and hustling and doing their thing and building.
Nah, it's a beautiful city. The people are great, bro. We got the best women in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think Miami's the best city. No, I'm probably biased. I'm probably biased, but I love it. I love Miami, bro. I love Miami. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, maybe I'm biased because that's what I know the most or the best. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I got to learn some more shit.
Nah, I've been to most of the core cities of the country.
It's not the same.
It's not. Nah, like even because I spent a lot of time in Orlando too, and the Florida culture is, but Miami's just a whole different monster.
Yeah, it's different. Like Jacksonville got their own thing, Cali got their own thing, even Tampa. That's like 3 hours away. It's totally different.
That's the crazy thing about Florida.
It's right there. It's totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Orlando to Tampa is completely different.
Miami and Pompano is totally different.
Yeah.
It's totally different. And the thing about Miami too is like so many different cultures. Like, and bro, it's so crazy. Like North Miami and Carol City talk completely different. And they're like 30 minutes away. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so much different cultures here. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to North Miami. 90% of my schools were like Haitian Americans and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it makes it different versus like you might go to schools mostly Americans. Here, like I think Miramar's a lot of Jamaicans. You get the mix with so many different cultures, and it's a good learning experience. And how everybody kind of come together, because at the end of the day, we all are saying we're all God's people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's the same shit, but just different. It's like breeds, of people. You feel me?
There's always something. And that's the thing I think too, Miami, like there's always something that seems to be going on. Like right now, obviously the spring break, but it's like with the sports, like Miami Heat, and
you just had Lakers just played. LeBron just came back and played, right? They won too. Damn.
Yeah. But we just had the baseball, the World Classic, and you got all these cultures, and
they had the F1 racing come down here.
F1, I think tennis is going on right now.
Right. You got Messi stay down here.
They're about to open the new soccer stadium in like
I think
like
FIFA is here.
Yeah,
the next FIFA is gonna be here, right? Yeah, that's gonna be crazy, and that's big. That's big, bro. You know,
and it's bringing all these different cultures, because it's not just the
money to the city, bring the
Black
money.
Caribbean, but we have Latino cultures,
right,
Cubans and Puerto Ricans and everything going on, and it's just a melting pot of people.
Right? And that's why I think our music down here is so it's so danceable, for the city, because you have to cater to all these cultures. And one thing that bring people together is good music and danceable music. You know what I'm saying? So I think that really influences the sound of Miami, because whether you're like black or Spanish or white, all of them are juking, bro. You go online, it's like you know what I'm saying? If they're from Miami and Florida, they're all dancing. It's the same dance. They're all doing the same dance. And I think, that's the culture of the city. And like I said, honestly, bro, like with records like Here I Go, I wish I did it early in my career, but I wasn't paying attention to my demographic as much. And that's on me. You know what I'm saying? It's something you got to learn as an artist. Sometimes you'll make, you know what it is? I was making music that I wanted to hear.
Okay.
Versus making music that the people want to hear. And that's my approach now with my music. You know what I'm saying? I make music for people. Like, I'm a barber, right? It's like I'm not a barber. I don't cut hair. I don't want y'all to think I'm a barber for real. But I'm just saying, it's like being a barber, right? If I think you look good with a low top fade, I shouldn't give you a low top fade because I think you look good in it. I got to give you the haircut that you want to get. So if you want a high top, I need to give you a high top. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of artists need to take that approach where they're making music. You got to understand you're providing a service at the end of the day. So you can't make music that, yeah, you got to like it. Don't get me wrong. But you're supposed to make music for the people to like and enjoy. And then you will see a big jump in your career. You know what I'm saying? Because even right now, right, and like my sons, they're doing music and stuff too. And what's big with the younger generation is the Detroit sound.
Yes.
They love it.
Yeah.
They love it, right? They love it. I love it too. I love it too now. But you know what's so crazy? It's like they're making Detroit music. And I told my son, I'm like, bro, you're not in Detroit. It sounds great, but yeah. So who
their friends are listening to Detroit, and you're copying the Detroit
right, and you
sound,
like it, and they like it, and y'all like it. But when you go to the clubs here, that's not what these niggas are playing most of the time. So and fuck the clubs, right? Mm-hmm. When you go to the backyard parties, because that's where it's gonna start at. Yeah. That's where you're gonna find the genuine DJs that are DJing because they just love DJing, and it's not really a money grab, and they're not catering to a big audience. They're catering to the locals. And that's who I think you start off with to be popular, because it's going to organically spread more that way within the backyards and the families. Now you got this family knowing you get that little, you get the community behind you first. Because I feel like it's important to take over your city and then you branch out because everybody knows you. A lot of time when people don't know you, labels, everybody's coming in like, who's out here? They want to know what's popping here. What's popping here? You know what I'm saying? And if your name's not coming up in any conversations, it's like, oh, you're not relevant. You know what I'm saying? You can't take over the world if you can't take over your town.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's important to connect. It's just important to connect, and it's something people got to learn. And hopefully, like, somebody hears this interview and kind of it helps them to get where they want to get in life as an artist.
Yeah, I always have this like question, like even for like the Rolling Loud, like fans or artists will hit me like, how do I get on Rolling Loud? How do I connect? And I'm like, it's fans.
Right.
We build out a line out based on what fans are asking for, or what fans listen to.
Because I'll look at the Rolling Loud lineup, right? And I'll be like, I never heard of this person. Mm-hmm. So I go look them up. I'm like, they're popping. I'm like, they got a strong following. Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You have to have that fan base because it got to make sense, bro. It just has to make sense.
They're in the business for ticket sales. So if we
put somebody on that lineup, it got to connect where it got to be a selling point. The artist name has to be a selling point. And I think a lot of people got to understand that. I feel like Rolling Loud gets so much pressure. You know what I'm saying? It's tough, bro. When you have such of a big outlet, you have people begging to get on versus feeling like, let me work towards being worthy.
It should be the opposite.
They should be begging you to get on because you're hot.
Want that. You want to build the leverage because once you got that leverage,
it's over.
It's funny to me because most of the artists that have the leverage aren't technically worried about trying to get on Rolling Loud.
Facts, right.
They're worried. They already got their own shows. They got it's not a don't get me wrong. Like they want to do Rolling Loud, but it's like it's not the end of the world if they're not on this lineup because most likely they'll be on the next one,
right,
and so forth. So it's just, but like I always tell them, it's fans. Figure out what your fans want, or figure out to build a community around the fans. So like when you were talking about, I'm making this blend of Caribbean music, and then I'm working to be on the carnival lineups and everything.
Right.
That's it. Like that's
how it works.
It's
right.
Like
you're
making music for that fan base, and they're gonna demand that you're on that.
And then
lineup.
It makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. You can't just go to that lineup if you're not catering to the people and they don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy, they actually, the producer of that record, he was telling me about this show. And he was like, you think you want to get on this show? And I'm like, yeah, it's cool if they get me on. But I was like, bro, the record just came out. Let's give it some time for it to like sit, kind of grow and get known. Because even like me, I like doing shows where somebody's gonna connect with the music because they know it. I feel like honestly, I feel like it's almost like a failed show when you're performing. Don't get me wrong, you could give a good performance and people be like, yo, that's a dope artist, right? That happens all the time. I sit there sometimes and artists are performing. I might not be moving because I'm paying attention to what they're doing and saying, and then I'll be like, yo, he's nice, right? But the biggest thing that makes a performance really good is club participation. Yes. And people can't participate if they don't know your music. When you have the whole club singing your song, that's when you have a great show. And you might not even have the best song. You could have the worst song. It's songs that went viral, like, and no disrespect to artists, but you got that Island Boy record. Island Boy, I'm trying to make it, right? And they could go somewhere and people are gonna connect and sing that song. So it's a demand too. You know what I'm saying? They might not be the best rapper, and like I said, no disrespect to anybody's art, because music is like food, bro. Like, I might love macaroni and cheese, and you might be like, I hate macaroni and cheese. I hate it. Right? So. But so it's like it's opinionated, and it's everybody's taste in music, right?
Exactly.
So, but the main thing as an artist is to get your music out so that when you go out to perform, people like, yo, I've been hearing this shit. Okay, this him right here. Yo, I like this shit. And they could feel it more and participate, sing along with you. And that's why, like, with me, my biggest thing is marketing and promoting, because that's my goal. I want to go out and somebody be like, you know what I'm saying? I love when people walk up to me, random people, and be like, yo, I love your song. You know what I'm saying? Or like, when the waitress is like, yo, the DJ always plays your song. Or the dancer is telling me, yo, the DJs always play your song. And that's what I want to hear. Versus, like, there's a lot of artists, they're, what I call them is like studio artists. They just stay in the studio, make music and stay in the studio, and the music never gets out. And then you don't ever build a fan base. The only way you're going to build a fan base is when you let the music out and you promote it and you get it out there, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of it. And then it'll grow, you know what I'm saying? And then you get in different rooms and different situations. Because the only way you're gonna really get an opportunity is if you kind of go in front of that opportunity and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's a working thing. Niggas got to work hard, bro. And if you're not where you want to be and you're not on shows you want to be, you have to work towards it. That's all it is.
It's really the put in the work.
Yeah.
People trying to cut the angles, and I think that's we see the end game a lot of times and don't know what it takes to get there, and people want to just jump to the end game.
And it don't work.
And we want the easiest path, but sometimes there is no easy path. It's the actual hard work that you gotta put in.
And everybody's story is kind of different.
That's true too.
You might get lucky and you might have like a bow wow and you might be 12 years old and it just works out for you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody likes you or something. And then sometimes you might take the Ross path and it might take you 20 years.
And he went through a lot. I mean, he worked for a long time.
And he's one of the dopest artists. He has a really good sound. He's a really good rapper.
But you know, the thing about Ross too is when I look at it, it's funny because like Ross and 50 kind of got a similar story of being behind the scenes, right?
Years,
all stuff. Facts. But like the longevity of having that time and building and seeing people come and go.
He just dropped the record with French and
and Max,
right?
Like, but it's just that longevity. You talking about artists, what, 2000, almost 20 something years.
Yeah, and then you got artists that have one song you never hear from them again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely like, and that's one thing I love about Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Just being consistent and always. He's a good inspiration to like artists and keeps putting stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I love 50 Cent too.
And there was something I was thinking about when you were talking about like the featured artist not supporting a record.
Right.
He's always been one of those people. If he drops a record with Khaled, for example, he's like, I'm gonna treat it like it's my record.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You see him like posting, he's performing it at the different shows, it's his own record.
And you know the crazy shit I'll say, like when you do a feature with an artist, one thing I agree, it's not their job, right, to promote the record. But bro, genuinely, if you love a record, you should do it. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that it's not like people don't have to pay you to do. In this game, we're all in a business, right? But to a certain extent, it gotta be genuine. If it's only about the money, Like, I'll run from any relationship that's only about money. You know what I'm saying? It has to be genuine.
Yeah.
It can't only be about the money. Like, even like pushing records with certain DJs and stuff like that, they have to like the song. It can't just be about payment, money and stuff. They have to like the song, because if they don't really like the song, as soon as the money's gone, they don't. It's over.
Yeah,
the campaign's over.
I've seen a lot of situations, especially with DJs taking money.
They don't even like the song.
And don't like the song, and then when the song don't do anything, it could go bad because the artist is expecting some type of return on money, some type of and if it don't go nowhere, so it's like definitely to the DJs that.
And if he don't like the song, he's not gonna really put that energy behind the song.
Nah, but like good music is good music though too. So it's like there's this idea that like if it's a hit record, it's gonna move.
Right.
Like people are going to gravitate to it. When you listen to it, you're going to like it. Like even the Here We Go record for me, when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is dope.
Appreciate it.
Like this is a dope record. I want to support it because it's like, yo, I like this record. Like I personally like this record. I think other people are going to like this record. I want to support this record.
Yeah, good music got its own legs.
Yeah, it's easy to sell good product, like with anything. If it's a car, if it's a watch, if it's clothing, good products, people want it. So it creates a demand on its own. Versus like something that's not. And that idea still stands up for music.
Facts.
If it's a good product,
it's gonna move. It's gonna move,
and people will gravitate to it. Now, how big that gets and how many ears you get,
you might need a budget.
That's where the budget kicks in.
Right. Facts. Because it's still. You know what I'm saying? Marketing is going to cost.
Yes.
You could have the best song. You have to market that song. Now, there's these one-off stories that magically sometime. Yo, that's why somebody told me this one time. Like, if you look at any huge artist, when they get on that stage at award shows, the first thing is like, yo, I got to thank God. Because nobody really knows how everything aligned.
Yes.
It's no recipe, because then a label would just do it for the next artist. Be like, yo, we're going to run you through that same process.
Right now, no one knows what I've had so many conversations with the A&Rs, the marketing, the guys that the labels are hiring to do social media and stuff. And like, they don't even know. They had a formula.
Right.
That was like, bang, 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 TikTok, we do this, we get these influencers, and the song goes.
Right.
That whole idea is gone because people are so on it now. Like
attention span too is short. And like you said, like even Sean Cotton said that, like everybody knows now. Everybody could kind of tell.
You see it. You can recognize.
They're programming us right now. This isn't really hot. They're programming us.
Yeah, it gets put in your feed, and then now you're seeing this blog posted, this, that, and that. And you're like, hold on. Am I really liking this, or are they just
feeding it to me? You know what I'm saying? And it's been going on for years. This has always been a strategy. Like it started with radio, because back then that was the only main outlet we had. That's why if you got on radio, remember it was radio. You had Rap City. You had 106 and Park. It was only a few slots. So once you get on that slot, you got all eyes on you, because that's where everybody's going. And now it's totally different, because now there's so many different options. Like, back then, you had to wait a certain time to watch a music video. Right now, somebody drops a video, you like, man, I will watch this when I'm ready. I could watch this at dinner. I could watch it in the morning. I could watch it when I'm going to bed. It's no rush, because you got that time, and you could be like, man, you could pull it up whenever you want. So now it's kind of on the people versus when it was like, hey, you better catch this video at 4 o'clock. Because if you don't catch it at 4 o'clock, you got to wait till tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's at your fingertips. And I feel like the attention span is shorter too, because we're constantly looking at things, bro. You know what I'm saying? You go to your phone right now, in 10 minutes, you've seen 100 people just scrolling up and down. You know what I'm saying? And music is coming and going so quickly. Everybody's dropping. And so you have to stand out or be really good. I think a lot of times what people are forgetting in the process is to be great. I don't feel like people are putting enough effort in music like back then. It's like a rush thing versus like sitting down and really making like a really good song. You know what I'm saying? It's important. Like you said, if the song is really, really good, people are going to gravitate towards it organically. if you keep pushing, it's like, yo, this shit is dope. You know, and that's what it takes. Versus like I said, I got a lot of rapper friends, right? And they'll be like, man, I just did a song in an hour. And in my head, it's like, okay, but if you had probably spent 10 hours, that same song would probably be a totally different song. And that's what niggas need to start doing versus rushing the process.
But we hear about these songs that took 10 minutes to put together and they become these
the big right.
Sometimes that happens.
Facts.
But that's not for everybody.
That's not for everybody.
We look at like it's funny because my wife was like comparing like stuff like a Beyonce record, right? And it'll have like 10 different writers and 5 different producers, but she's the one.
It takes a lot
cultivated and put together to be perfection because you have some of the top writers and producers working on it.
And that's what sometimes that's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of time, bro. Most any big artist, you look at the publishing on a song, it's a bunch of people because it's a bunch of people in that room brainstorming. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I bring my wife in on my sessions and she has an opinion and she makes great observations that I might not catch. Even certain things that I say, she'll be like, well, she gets it. She about to get a publishing check. Because she'll be like, yo, why don't you say this instead? And then I'll think about it and I'm like, yo, you know what? You're right. That makes more sense. That sounds better. And you need a group of people in a room kind of helping you out. I feel like a lot of artists, it's an ego thing. People don't like taking constructive criticism. And they have to understand, you got to be in a room with people, bro, that know how to talk to you and know how to be a positive influence in your creation. You can't be in a room with somebody that's going to be like, oh, that's trash. Because then that creates conflict. And when you're creating, bro, your mood is everything. Your mood is gonna determine that record. If you're sad going through something, you're gonna make sad music. So like when I go to the studio, bro, I need like good vibes and energy around me because if I get pissed off during the session, session's over. You know, we start arguing in the session, your energy changes. Yo, you're not in the mood anymore. You know, when you get angry, you know how tiring, how much energy it takes. You get exhausted.
Just burnt out.
It kills the vibe, you know what I'm saying? Versus, and like me and my engineer, I've been with my engineer for over 10 years, right? And me and my engineer, sometimes we'll bump heads in the creative process, but we don't argue. We talk about it, and he'll be like, yo, Klass, I really think you should do it like this. And then I'll be like, I really think I should do it like this, though. And we'll talk about it until we get to a point where we both agree on an idea. And sometimes you have to be in a room of people. Like, one thing I hate, bro, I can't be friends with somebody that's not open-minded. Like, we have to learn to agree to disagree.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, versus some people, if you don't agree with their thoughts, they go to a 10. They start to scream. They want to argue. Oh, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Then it changes the whole thing where, you know, this is an opinion-based industry where everybody has their own ideas. So let's talk about it. Let's see what you like. Because I could be wrong, bro. Some of the songs that blow up, I don't like it, right? And some of the songs that blow up, I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. But not because I don't like, some of the biggest records today, I don't like it. But I know people love this song. What the hell? What the fuck can I say? People love this song. So I know it's a good song because people like it. It just might not be personally what I like to listen to in my taste. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I feel like artists, bro, they don't want to take opinions and be open-minded. When you start listening to everybody, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you have to like not believe in what your ideas are. But when you get open-minded, you might catch stuff that you didn't catch because you're listening now. So you're like, oh, shit, you're right. If I do this like this, it sounds better. Sometimes I'll be in the studio, bro. I'll be going high, and then somebody be like, yo, say this line low. And I'm like, nah, bro, in my head it sounds high. And then when I try it low, I'm like, damn, it do sound better. So you have to be open-minded, and that's going to make you make a better music, period. And I feel like a lot of artists gotta get in that zone, bro. But you have to be in a room with people that wanna see you do good. Because honestly, sometimes you might be in a room with somebody that wants to see you do bad, and they might be purposely trying to throw you off. Yeah. You gotta know your people. So whenever you get in the studio, make sure everybody in that room truly loves you. That's why I'm really picky, bro. I'm super picky on who I bring in the studio with me. Like a lot of times people ask to come to the studio. I'm flat out like, no, you can't come. Oh, why can't I come? You just can't.
Don't
you know
get
what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I'm not wasting my time. This is, yo, every second is $1 being spent right now. You can't come and waste my time. I gotta have people in the room that I know that not yes man, but I know that genuinely wants to see me do good. So I understand if they say no, it comes from a good place versus they just try. Because sometimes people try to ruin what you got going on.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't even understand what you got going on. Or
they don't understand it. Right.
And like it's sometimes not a purpose thing and they just don't get it. And
yeah. And then the creation of a song, bro, a lot of times people don't understand it's a process. So at first, it's going to come out totally different in the end. You have to bounce ideas at first, and you can't have somebody in the room just shooting down every idea before you execute it.
It'd be very interesting, especially with the different sound you're experimenting with, right? Like imagine like you're in that studio. They're like, nah, no one will hear this juke music. No one will hear this Caribbean music as an idea. And you don't even attempt to do it.
And then you never know the results.
Yeah, but you've seen success with it. You've seen playlists pick it up organically. You've seen streams go crazy on it. You've seen a new connection with a new fan base off of it that might not have ever found you, but now they do. Now, not only are they attached to you for this music, but whatever else you're dropping.
They're going to be in tune. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to pay attention to it. Yeah, I just feel like in the creative process, bro, get a good team, get people that really want to see you do good, and have only those type of people in the room. You can't have people in the room that's trying to, because people try to jeopardize. Sometimes your people might try to be jeopardizing what you're trying to build. Mm-hmm. So you just have to be picky, but it's always good to be open-minded and listen to people. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what you could learn from others. You have to be open-minded. You can't just be in the studio thinking, I'm the man. Especially if you don't have the man's record. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But you never know until it drops, right? Like,
right. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So I would push anybody to, believe in it, put it out, and pay attention to the results. Because the people are going to tell you if you have a hot song.
Definitely. That's what I'm saying. Like the good music usually gravitates.
You're gonna know.
Like I heard the record. I'm just like, I like this joint. Like,
appreciate it. And it means a lot. And that's the objective, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Because honestly, like Here I Go, we spent probably like 12 hours working on Here I Go.
Okay.
I probably did Here I Go like. Man, I probably did like 8 verses for Here I Go, honestly.
Interesting. Like, so
that's how it works.
Okay. So
I write a verse, I listen to it. I'm like, nah, that ain't it. I do it again, that ain't it. Until it feels right, that's when I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm not super picky. It just has to feel right.
Okay.
So certain songs, like I did Who, I got a record called Who, is one of my favorite records. I did that record in like one take. You know what I'm saying? It just felt right. But if a record doesn't feel right, bro, we're going to run it back. We're going to see if like I always come to the studio, I'm like, bro, this has to be better. It's not good enough. You have to be real with yourself. When you hear something, I hear records and I'll be like, no, we have to make this song fucking better. It ain't good enough. Something's missing. And we got to figure it out. If we don't figure it out, that song is not leaving this fucking studio. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the pushing for good music. Sometimes you gotta, and every artist has a different process, has a different way of doing it. You hear about the producer,
and I wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? In my earlier stages, bro, I've been recording since I was a kid. I've been recording since when I first started recording. I was recording on my fucking computer on a fucking regular mic, no studio, no nothing. Yes. I forgot the name of the app that came with Windows. You know what I'm saying? Just playing with shit because I was a fan of music. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I started going to the studio, and even that process, you know what I'm saying, it's different. You grow as much more you do it, it's like playing a sport. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna learn stuff and techniques, and you're gonna grow, and also, as an artist, you have to keep the excitement going. And if anything sounds the same, it gets boring. That's why I feel like Drake did that Honestly Nevermind album. Mm-hmm. I heard Drake say that was his favorite album. And I feel like when he said it because it was so different from everything else.
It's very different.
Personally, to him, it's a fresh sound. Now, to his core fan base, they might like a different Drake. You know what I'm saying? But to him, it's fresh. And as artists, you keep hearing the same shit. It's like a song, bro. You might have a song, but you keep playing that song, after a while, it gets boring.
He's performing it every day, all day, tours, 2 times a day.
It gets boring, bro. It gets boring to you. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking for something fresh. You want something new. It's like you could have a car, bro. Everybody, like my whip, for example, right? I go out, right? Everybody's pulling out the cameras. Everybody's, let me take a picture. Let me take a picture. This is like an everyday thing for me, right? And when I first got it, that's how I felt. Now I wake up, I'm like, nah, is it even worth it?
Yeah.
I'm like,
that was the idea originally.
But when I first walked into the room, I was like, oh shit, that's me. Oh my God, I love it, blah, blah, blah. But when you see it over and over again, then it kind of, you get used to it. You know what I'm saying?
That was fun. I was talking, DJ Effect, who you know.
Yeah.
We were talking about like,
I love Effect videos when he be talking that shit. He be saying some true shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He was talking about like the era in Miami of like the nightlife and the money and everything.
Yeah.
And just like having a lot
Effect be going in.
Bro. But like having the cars, having the all the items, right? And then he's like, at a certain point, it's just regular, and it's like everything else that starts to matter.
Facts.
The family, the relationships, because like that's what's important. And we were just talking about like how you have billionaires that are depressed and don't like, they're not happy people, but you could have some guy that has, 2 pennies to rub together,
right? And they're happy,
he's
super happy, they're loved. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like even Effect, you know what I'm saying? Like, crazy story about Effect, and he probably don't know this. I was talking to one. Effect had got me a single release at Break House, right? Mm-hmm. And so this one DJ came up to me. He was like, "Yo, I had Up Down." It's like, "Yo, we should do a release for this at Break House. I'll be at Break House." I'm like, "All right, cool, set it up." Bro, it's weeks going by. I'm like, "Yo, what's up with Break House?" "Oh man, I got you, blah blah blah." All right. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I'm like, you know what? Let me hit up Effect. Next week I was on.
Yeah. That easy.
Yo, the other person kept acting like the club was too busy. I hit up Effect next week.
Yeah.
Done. It happened. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I've never even told Effect that, but ever since then, I fucking love Effect, bro. I share his shit. It just takes like, once I see somebody does something for me genuinely, you know what I'm saying? It means the most to me, and I you know what I'm saying? I make a mental note. And after that, you got my support for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because I give the energy that I want to receive. So when like with you know what I'm saying? I've seen you doing a lot of stuff. I love the fact that you have brung a lot of artists on Rolling Loud, bro. Yeah. And I look at it, I'm like, bro, nobody's looking at what this nigga's doing. And that's why sometimes you see me flame it up and stuff like that, because I want people to acknowledge this shit. This is something that most people in your situation won't fucking do, bro. And that takes it stamps your character, and it shows what type of person you are. Because it's certain people that get in that situation, bro, they're gonna be doing some flaky shit and be like, yeah, slide me like 5K. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They do under the table shit versus when it's done genuinely. You know what I'm saying? That's why, bro, certain people, I'll be like, man, I ain't gonna lie, certain people, bro, I'll be like, honestly, bro, I'll be like, I hope they never get in a certain situation, because you're so greedy and it's not genuine. It's like, yo, you're gonna fuck up the culture if you get in a certain situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why certain people don't get blessed. You know what I'm saying? And like, sometimes I go out and I pay for a lot of shit, and my boy's like, damn, why you paying for everybody's shit? But it's like, yo, we got all these blessings just to give them the fuck away, bro. And it's going to come back. It's going to come back. You know what I'm saying? You can't just
But you lead them by example, though, too, because when they get in that position, they going to know what to do. Move.
You know what I'm saying?
We were talking about earlier, the inspiration, because you were in that situation with the homies, and you're going and you're seeing it. You're like, all right,
like, cool. We ball, like we play basketball every weekend, right? And some of my homeboys, they might be a better player than me, but I say they might be able to make more points or whatever, right? Maybe do some dribble shit better. You know, they might be more talented in certain fields, but I'm like, you know why you're not a better player than me? You don't make your teammates better. I say I make everybody on my team shine. So that makes me a better player. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it really is. You feel me? Because you can't win that game by yourself. You might be good as shit, but if the other teammates aren't putting up some points too, it might not be enough.
Yeah, you ain't gonna long haul. Like, you're gonna be burnt out by the end.
You're gonna get tired. You know what I'm saying? You might get injured. Then what? Right? So it's about showing the way, dog, leading the people, and also, you know what I'm saying, helping everybody elevate with you. You know what I'm saying? That's why certain artists, some of my boys, you know, they come to all my shows sometimes, and they're artists, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. This nigga been to all my shows. I keep mental notes. So I'll be like, yo, bro, do your shit tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate the fact that you always support me and you don't ask for nothing. You just come out genuinely. I got to give that energy back, because after a while, you're going to get exhausted. Yeah. And you're going to be like, damn. It got to be both ways, bro. It got to be, you know what I'm saying? We got to help each other out. It can't just be you. Everybody has to shine. Everybody needs to shine to a certain point, or else it's going to cause conflict.
Everything, I like what you said earlier, too, about just like, if it's just a money play, you kind of run from it because it's not genuine. And like, for me, even with like those, like the bringing people out of Rolling Loud, it's never been a money thing. It's been about like uplifting people and being able to put people in the position, because it's mutual. Like, I like mutual situations where it benefits everybody. And it's like, for me, it's, if I can help you get to where you're going, you can help me get to where I'm going, and it's mutual. Everyone's happy,
and then
we all get money together. It's
right,
cool.
and it might make sense. Then that person might be in a position wanting to help you out.
Exactly,
and then it's gonna make sense for them to help you out, because they're gonna remember, yo, I want to be here, or this person did this for me when I wasn't nothing, and that goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? For real. But yeah, bro. Like, I feel with the music thing, is all about building, being creative. You know what I'm saying? And trying to put out the best quality of work. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man. Let the people know where they can find you, what you got coming up. Like,
yeah. Social media wise, I'm mainly on Instagram. That's at Klass Money with a K. You know, we got the klassmoney.com, we got the Facebook, we got the YouTube. Everything is Klass Money, because I'm the one and only Klass Money with a K. You know what I'm saying? We got a new project coming out this summer. I got that Caribbean project that I'm working on right now. Dope. I got a couple singles coming out as well. I've been working with tons of different producers. I'm about to get in the studio and do some shit for Beatwave Miami. Nice. He just, you know, he's pretty talented too. He's a really good producer. He's been hitting me up for a while, so he finally sent me some joints that I'm fucking with. Yeah. We about to get working on that, and you know what I'm saying, new music on the way. New videos, new jewelries, new cars, new crib.
All that. I love it.
Hey, God is good, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying, to anybody listening, yo, just live a righteous life and your blessings gonna come too, man.
Nah, definitely, especially in these times. Everyone trying to figure stuff out, it's just like, nah, you just.
Hey, you just gotta have patience with it. Yeah. You gotta have patience with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even these young cats, you know what I'm saying? A lot of young cats, they just got off the porch and they want to ball so bad, you know what I'm saying? But people got to understand it takes time, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes they need to hear it, because they don't understand it, that it takes time to get yourself in a good situation. So if you at Walmart, if you at Publix, don't look down on yourself, you know what I'm saying? Understand that you're building a resume so that later in life you will be great, you know what I'm saying? But don't ever downplay that. All that shit's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off, bro. And I feel like, you know, I wish somebody told me that when I was younger. Thank God that I kept doing what I was doing and believed in it, and just, you know what I'm saying, was patient with it, and in the end it paid off. But a lot of times people have to understand that it takes time. So just have patience and keep doing what you got to do. And I promise you, I don't care if you're a janitor, you know what I'm saying, at a spot. After 10 years, you're going to be the supervisor of the janitors. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you're doing, stick to it, and it's going to pay off, and you're going to elevate. I promise you that. Don't quit.
Nah, that's it, man. Klass Money, Five Venoms, Pick Your Poison Radio. I think I'm going to play that Here We Go.
Here I go.
Here I go.
You want to go with it so bad.
Yeah, I know, man. Here I go. And then, I'm with it, bro. I appreciate
the opportunity, bro. I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? We going to bump heads at Rolling Loud one day, I promise you.
Yes, sir.
Every Thursday night, pick your poison with DJ Five Venoms
on SiriusXM, HipHop Nation.